of us combined, talking about the one and only, the Fire, Francis Marshall.
How's it going?
Francis, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good, brother. Great. Doing good.
Are you sure you were in a fight this weekend? Look at you. You look great.
That's key, not to get hit.
That is clean. Francis, was that you jogging? I was at American Top Team maybe like 3 weeks ago. I saw Daniel Wyatt outside the gym. Was that you with Daniel?
Yeah, that was me and Danny.
Dude. That's awesome. So exactly, I heard you got this on short notice. How many days exactly did you get this fight notice?
So we got word of it like Saturday night before, so a week, and then no confirmation until Tuesday. So then Tuesday contracts for it.
Whew.
Yeah. Was that Saturday to Tuesday stressful as hell? Where you stopped eating? Was it like, oh guys, this might happen? Or did you like, oh, this is kind of a girl flirting with me again. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. Like, how was it?
I kind of started taking it as if I was going into fight week. So I started
okay.
Just in case, because I didn't want to get to Tuesday and kind of be unprepared for it.
Sure.
If it was or wasn't going to happen. So it couldn't have hurt me if I did prepare and it didn't happen. So I figured, let me just take the right steps, treat it as a fight week until I hear otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. And when you got that call Tuesday, I would assume, an agent or a rep or whatever you have when you have that call, was it like, hell yeah, let's go Saturday, we're doing this? Or was there a, wow, okay, this is happening now. I got to get a lot of ducks in a row. I am fighting in 4 days. How was that kind of that 15 minutes, first 10 minutes after you get that massive information?
It was kind of like, oh wow, it's like it's happening. Like it kind of all just happened so quick. Like Tuesday, I thought I was like, okay, it still might happen, maybe not. It was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Tuesday evening, and I was like, all right, maybe if it does happen, they'll fly me out tomorrow. I was like, it's getting close though. It's like they usually like to get you there on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Already at a Tuesday, and then next thing you know, I got a phone call. I was like, yep, fight's happening. Got the contract, flights. For like 3 hours later, I got my flight at 8:15 that night and shot out. So it all did happen pretty quick.
It's almost like you don't have time for nerves. It's like, I just got to get there.
Yeah. Get there and get settled in. And then.
Well, good for you, man. Did you expect it to be such a war? I mean, it was outside looking in. It was so much fun to watch. But is that what you expected from him?
Not at all. So my game plan going in was to wrestle, like kind of have the first round. Wrestled him in the first round, controlled it, had 4 minutes of control time or whatever it was. And then I think I rewatched the fight. So there was like that last minute of the first round. We were kind of standing up a little bit, and then I hit him with a good 1-2 at the end. And I guess that kind of gave me some confidence on the feet going into the second round. And then I dropped him in the first 20 seconds. And then from there, a boxing match pretty much.
Yeah. It was very, entertaining.
Speaking of that second round, though. Oh, sorry, Dave. Did you want to go first?
No, you can go. I was raising my hand like I'm in 4th grade or something. Francis, okay, so real quick, I'm sorry, Elle, you're next, and we got 4 great questions in the thing. Francis just lighting everyone up. I love it. So you have a great game plan. The first round, 10-9, easy. Like everyone was like, dude, Francis looks awesome. A little bit of a different game plan. Then all of a sudden, you do get that awesome, almost a TKO.
Knockdown, yeah.
Does that, like, where does that game plan of like, okay, we're going to have a boxing match for the last 8 minutes of the fight. Why did you not go back to the wrestling? Did you ever think about that? Did a great cornerman / coach Grant Dawson tell you to go back to wrestling? What happened there?
Yeah, the whole corner kind of was easing me, trying to get me to go back into wrestling and like, level change, show him something. Yeah. But I was kind of, after that point, I think I was a little bit locked in. Like I just wanted to kind of fight, like ready. I had confidence in my hands. I touched him with the right. He fell. And I was like, I know I could definitely do it again if I catch him clean. So I was just, at that point, I was done wrestling. I was just ready to fight.
Speaking of that second round, I definitely thought you won the second round personally with the big drop. You almost finished him at the beginning. Do you feel like the judge that, I think, was it 2 judges gave him that second round?
I think so.
Which is interesting to me. But do you feel like that comes from what happened at the end of the round? Like it's just that recency bias that's in judges' minds?
Yeah, I think it has something to do with that. But like, I still don't understand. Like I rewatched the fight, I think 3 times now. I get it. He was landing some shots too after that, but nothing near to the effect that I had. And
Mhm.
they put too much emphasis on the end of the round. Like a close round like that, like after the knockdown, it was pretty almost even, I could say. Like it was pretty well balanced throughout the rest of that round. But I think the knockdown triumphs everything. Like that triumphs whether he took me down and rode me out for a minute, because that's damage. So I think I did more damage, but that knockdown won me the round because he didn't knock me down, get close to finishing me. So I just think the judges need to be a little more like focused on the round overall rather than just like the last 2 minutes. And I think they should be held accountable. Again, like they make bad. We see bad decisions, and people getting robbed of or close fights where they shouldn't have been that close. I feel like the judges never really get held accountable.
Mhm.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean,
Francis, we had some good questions here in the comments real quick, Matt. Francis, do you miss eating Jersey Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches?
Well, first of all, it's pork roll. So pork roll, but yes, I do miss the pork roll, egg, and cheese.
Okay. They go, who's your main training partners at ATT?
I train with Grant a lot, Dakota, Nate, Dan Wyatt. I've been training with Mozart a lot lately. Countless. Those are probably like the main 5. But otherwise, I'm always trying to get rounds with different guys, get different looks, because everyone's a good round there.
Of course, I think you know this about us, Francis. Of course, we got Elle on the show every week. She does so much here for Fight Bananas. How was having Mr. Dawson, Coach Dawson, in the corner? Dude, it was awesome watching him yelling. He was getting me hyped. You know what I mean? I was with my kids. I was ready to go. I was like, all right, Grant, maybe my amateur boxing debut, I'll have Grant in my corner. He was getting me hyped. How was it to have Grant in your corner? And he was very vocal that night.
Yeah, it was great having him there. It was great, especially in the back too. Like he was moving around me, helping me warm up. And then in the fight itself, like in that first round, I'm holding the body lock and, it's almost struggling. He's getting the hands almost peeled. Like my fingertips are just holding on. And, he just yelled over, split the cage. So get my leg in between him and the fence. And then after I got that position, it was so much easier to hold for like the next 2 minutes or whatever it was. So that was a huge help, or else I think he might have been able to get out in that first round.
And I know Grant.
Yeah, I mean, overall, for Elle.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Maddie's got a glitchy mic today. I don't know what's happening to you. But
God damn.
You sound like you're going through one of those voice modulators today.
Yeah. Like Kanye West. It was like Kanye West and the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I know Grant had to be calling for the takedown. So when between rounds 2 and 3, were you like, no, man, like I'm gonna box him, or were you just like, yeah, okay, I'll shoot, and you're like, nah, not gonna happen?
I think in the corner, I'm like, okay, like I'll get back to wrestling. Like I really think like I'm listening to the advice. I'm like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. And then when you get back out there, it's like we're just fighting again.
Nah, never mind.
And I had to breathe through my mouth because my nose started nasal breathe, which my cardio was taking a hit for that, because usually I wouldn't get that tired. And then so I was like, if I try to wrestle now 4 minutes, I might be a little more exhausted. And I was like, let me just I could outbox him right now.
Do you feel like you were in, like, your cardio was where it normally would be before you took the damage to your nose, or you feel like the short notice obviously affected it a little bit?
I think the short notice affected it a little bit, but like training wise, I usually feel pretty good training, like sparring and stuff. I could usually not getting like slowing down until maybe the 4th and 5th round and stuff like that with high level guys, especially. But I think the nose really takes a hit, like really knocks the cardio back, because when you're sitting there mouth breathing the whole time, it kind of jacks the heart rate up, I think, a little bit, and makes you a little more tired quicker. Because I mean, after the first round, the only thing, my arms were just like a little sore, but cardio wise, I felt good until my nose kind of got busted.
You want to try it, Maddie, or no?
I'm scared.
Yep.
Somebody said robot Maddie.
That is wild. That is
Robot
wild.
Maddie is gonna go.
Oh.
Later, Maddie. Gee, that is wild. I've never heard that before. That was wild. Francis, I was lucky enough to be in Orlando, Florida for your fight. I remember that. I remember me and Elle were like very high on that fight for you. You know, I know after that, of course, a couple stuff didn't go your way. One was a split decision. Yeah, that's life of that nature. But how you feeling right now? 25 years young, probably entering your prime, probably not even in your peak prime yet at ATT. Like you just mentioned, 4 of the best fighters in the world, you know, names like Dawson and Gamrot and Mosar, stuff of that nature. You got to think your upward projection is almost unlimited. Like you're the next 2, 3, 4 years of your career could be something very, very special.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it's also just, focusing on one fight at a time and not trying to get so far ahead of myself and staying humble along the way, not thinking like, okay, like I'm going to be the next whatever. And then looking on the future and then forgetting where I'm at right now. Because right now there's definitely some steps I need to take after this fight of working on some things to develop and get better for the next time out there. And, after that fight, there's going to be more things to develop on. So it's always just trying to stay in the moment and staying present with it and not getting too high in the highs and not getting too low in the lows. Just trying to ride right in the middle.
I love it. Ella, anything else for Francis?
No, man, like congratulations again. Absolute beast.
Went on us.
Stoked. What? Did I go out? Am I back?
You're back.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say congrats again, man. Congratulations on such an incredible performance. I hope you're getting all the attention you deserve for stepping up and taking the short notice and coming through.
Thank you so much.
Francis, you're the man, dude. Huge fan of you. Cannot wait. Hopefully we'll talk again soon. All right, brother?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Later. Francis Marshall, 8-2.